All right, hey guys, what is up? It is Bibzuda back here once again on the Outlast trials, and in this video we're going to be kicking off the third and final flashback therapy, at least for the time being. We may get more of these flashback therapies at some point, but so far we've done Bambino, then we had Countdown, and now finally we are here with Toxic Shock, which is also going to last 2 weeks, same as the others, starting today on February 4th, and it will end on the 18th. And then after on the 18th, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to get because we know we're going to be getting the community selection weekly program starting on the 25th, but from the 18th to the 25th, the only thing we know about is stamp surplus apparently starting on the 18th, but there's no weekly that we're aware of for that 1 week break. But then after that, we have 3 weekly programs that are selected by the community, and based on, I think we have a picture. I don't know if it's in the actual news. Yeah, looks like it's going to be quiet, stick together for some reason, and deadly primes. So we'll see if we get any more news on what's coming after that in the near future. But yeah, we do have Toxic Shock, and as such, I have decorated my room with the Toxic Shock custom, customization items. Got some posters. This rat one I quite like. The room theme, of course, adds these curtains and tape and stuff, and puts some nastiness in your sink. And then, of course, I have the legendary outfit that came with the event as well. Of course, doing this to flex on the people who weren't around for the event to begin with, because there is no return of the catalog, as was, of course, stated, and you're not able to get these cosmetics currently. It's been almost a year since the original run of Toxic Shock, I believe, although not quite. It's maybe like 8 or 9 months. I don't exactly remember when it originally ran, but yeah, that's definitely a shame that people are going to be not able to get these cosmetics. I don't really know if they're going to be rerunning these events fully at some point, but hopefully not in the near future, since we're having them for these long 2 weeks at the moment. But either way, I'm interested to see the task list, because I don't think there were tasks when Toxic Shock released. Yeah, I'm pretty sure tasks first came out with Bambino. So let's see if they have a list of tasks here. Toxic Shock. Okay, so pretty much no. They just have some very generic ones that are essentially the same as the normal weekly therapy tasks. So that is a shame. I would have liked to have seen them come up with some tasks for Toxic Shock, but at the same time, didn't really expect it, given there weren't any the first time round. Either way, though, you are at least able to still get the legendary poster that was around for the event. That is this one right here, as long as you complete 5 trials and a rate. Yeah, just completing 5 trials will get you that poster, and then there's just these other 2 for some small amounts of extra stamps. But yeah, why don't I have... Yeah, Genesis is still bugged here. I've completed everything, and I don't have the green check mark. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the trial list we have here for Toxic Shock Flashback Therapy. Kill the Snitch, Pleasure the Prosecutor is back, Punish the Miscreants, Destroy the Evidence, Drill the Futterman, Feed the Children again, Tilt the Scales of Justice again, Crush the Toys again, and Foster the Orphans. So these 3 all coming back from Countdown that we just had, but otherwise a decent switch up. I'm happy to see Pleasure the Prosecutor come back again. I was honestly quite surprised, as I mentioned, that it didn't show up for Countdown, but since Toxic Shock is, of course, basically the same as Winter Kills, they definitely know it'll work fine on Pleasure the Prosecutor, because it already dealt with the Winter Kills on that map. So yeah, overall not the worst trial list. We only have 2 full trials as opposed to the 3 of last time. And then, of course, the variators, again, doesn't let you hover over these for some reason, but Toxic Shock is the main variator, which, of course, will make it so that when every so often, or I guess since Winter Kills, we now know that it's every 2 minutes, the alarm will sound and you have to hide in a hiding spot to avoid the toxic gas that's going to be coming out into the trial. And if you don't, you'll take damage over time, and any full health bars that you lose from the Toxic Shock gas will be permanent damage. You will not be able to regain, like if you take a full bar of damage from Toxic Shock, then you will be permanently capped at 3 health. So it's slightly harder than Winter Kills, but if you're getting hit by the damage, you're probably in big trouble anyway. So yeah, there's that. The secondary objective switch is for the drugged rats, which is, again, very similar to Winter Kill's presents, which will just be items scattered around that you have to pick up. They're quite a lot harder to see than the presents, but apparently you're able to hear them if you have your sound high. They make little squeaking noises, but yeah, overall, not the most interesting secondary objective. I think the things like the radio from Countdown was pretty cool, although sometimes annoying to find. The TVs from Prime Time, if anyone remembers that, were quite cool as well. Then, of course, we have Increased Threat 2 and Psychosurgery, and then looks like Unreliable Doors and Limited Hide Spots. I don't know if that's Limited Hide Spots 1 or 2. I assume it's 1. Limited Hide Spots 2 would be very brutal on Toxic Shock, but oh, we can actually check in here. Yeah, you should really be able to hover over it in the program details. Yeah, Limited Hide Spots, just level 1 there. So yeah, pretty standard set of variators, and yeah, not a whole lot else to say, I don't think. Although something that maybe you missed if you didn't watch all of my videos last week for Countdown, the there's been a bit of a leak potentially of a rumored prestige system actually coming to the game. Apparently there's some files that have been put into the game that reference a prestige system in some way, so I am extremely excited for any more news on that. I would expect that whenever this special event starts, which is supposed to be middle to end of March, of course the current calendar we have ends on March 18th, so I'm assuming we're going to get a new big event starting on March 18th, but I'm not sure. I would hope that comes with a patch as well, considering we haven't heard from them since, when was this posted? In their Discord, they last posted on December 20th, just about a fix for Pleasure the Prosecutor. But the last time we got the roadmap was on December 18th, so we haven't heard from them in over a month now, which is fine, you know, with the holidays and everything, but I'd hope by the end of February we get more news on what's to come, as well as maybe a potential update coming later in March. But either way, I've yapped sufficiently enough for this video, I think. I'm going to go ahead and jump in to Kill the Snitch, where we are going to start to get ready to deal with Toxic Shock, which I'm not looking forward to. Definitely not my favorite event, especially because we just had Winter Kills running. But either way, I'll see you guys at the police station. Okay, we have arrived here at the trial, and of course I do not have to go over the variators again. We already talked about those, but I am rocking my standard setup of amps of Noise Reduction, Smash, and Incognito, but I decided to take along Blind this time. Kill the Snitch, definitely one of the few trials where Blind is really, in my opinion, able to shine, so I figured why not bring it along with me here to give it a go. I haven't used it in quite a while now. Of course, you can see with the addition of Toxic Shock, we get these little vents in the ground, which basically just give a reason why the gas even appears. Like, where does it come from? It comes from those little vents in the ground. Now, we do want to get over here quickly at the start to avoid this guy who's going to come patrolling. But yeah, time to get back into the mode of remembering where hiding spots are located and making sure I have a quick route back to them. That is actually one very big downside that I didn't consider when bringing Blind. I just kind of brought it because I thought it would be a fun change up from normal. He's checking that hiding spot, so we'll just run for the thing. If we do get spotted by anybody, it could be a bit dicey getting to a hiding spot without having stun available to quickly get away, so I need to make sure I'm a little bit more sneaky potentially in this trial, but either way, guys, if you don't mind, I would really appreciate it if you would follow my example here and smash the like button down below. That would help me out tremendously, and I would really appreciate it. Additionally, if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe as well. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I am definitely looking forward to doing a big escalation live stream when I reach that count. So yeah, if you haven't joined the subscriber squad, make sure to do so down below, and we're going to get started with the trial proper here. I'm not exactly sure how the timing of the Toxic Shock gas will work out, given As far as I understand, it is disabled during things like that cutscene, since there would be no hiding spots to go hide in. But we shouldn't have too much trouble getting to a hiding spot if it were to trigger right now. There's plenty in and around the back halls here. Usually, there's one under that desk sometimes. I will take a lockpick since we're back on psychosurgery. We need to be cognizant of our rig cooldown. Okay, we have a place to hide right there, and we might just wait for the first run of the toxic shock to come. I don't know, again, if it like resets the timer to 2 minutes, but we can take a moment to... Oh, I just remembered I'm not actually looking for posters, so there's no need to look over there. Let's see, any rats is what we need. One thing that's a bit more difficult about the rats, of course, I think it's the same as the gifts, but you do need 5 of them to complete the secondary objective, as opposed to posters where you only need 3 in solo. Yeah, limited hide spots is making its impact. Looks like that car trunk will be available should we need it. And well, yeah, that's the problem with psychosurgery. Because like a good thing to maybe do as we get a second rat would be to like set up a blind nearby to a hiding spot, and we have the generator room right here, which is pretty good. And there's our first toxic shock occurrence. If you look, you can see the gas starting to come out of the vents. I didn't see any vents there, but sorry, I'm just like wiping off my mouse sensor. I need to switch out my mouse. This thing has started to go. Mainly the scroll wheel is being very bad. It doesn't click down very well, and scrolling up has started to malfunction as well. Bit of a shame, but I've used this mouse for a long time and put it through quite a bit of abuse. Thankfully, I have a couple spares of the same mouse, because I do like this mouse quite a bit. I think it's the Logitech G600. Anyway. Yeah, normally it would be a good idea to set down a blind near a hiding spot to be able to run to it in order to get away in a pinch, but the pitcher's coming. That's annoying. That wouldn't really be a viable option for me, and psychosurgery, really? I mean, I guess I could. Because it's not like we're going to quickly set up a blind anyway. It'll just be, you know, you got that super long cooldown. And there's always that potential that it won't actually be useful. You know, an enemy could accidentally step on it while you're not nearby. And things like that. I don't know, just something to consider. Honestly, I haven't used any different rigs for a little bit. It feels like, at least. Ooh, this is dicey. Is we're okay. I haven't used any different rigs for a little bit, mostly because, or at least it feels that way, I guess, because of the amount of time that's gone on between events here, with these being 2 weeks long, but only 9 trials, and no tasks really to care about. You could complete the full suite of tasks for... Did we finish? No. For like countdown and stuff, there was obviously the full suite of tasks you could complete, but no real big reward at the end of those aside from just stamps. But yep, that is the basement successfully navigated. We didn't actually check for secret room in that area, but I think probably not too worth it. One thing we can do is, of course, trap the giant. Something I always like to do on Kill the Snitch. Makes the ending with the electrocution portion far easier. And that's one of the positives of the blind rig, is it makes this trap a little bit easier. So we're gonna open this all up. We've got our blinds set up there. I don't have a lockpick currently, but it would be nice to grab that. But we do have a rat. Putting us at 4 out of 5 on that count. And I'm kind of thinking we want to wait for another toxic shock occurrence maybe before we go for the trap on this guy. I don't have my timer set up currently. Ooh, yeah, that's no good. I'll probably just skedaddle. So like, this is part of what I was talking about last week in Countdown. Like, I really don't remember ever having the pusher come out at a time like that when I'm pushing the Snitch. And I mean, I could be wrong, but it just feels like something's changed with him. Very strange stuff. Yeah, as always with winter kills and toxic shock, these trials are going to take a fairly significant amount of extra time. Because you gotta just sit here and wait. Just gotta sit there and wait for the dang thing to go. And let you back out. I have mentioned before, like, it would be nice if you had some sort of, you know, you could just, like, once you're in a hiding spot and safe from enemies, that it just, like, completed immediately, but that would probably be difficult for them to set up detection for. Anyways, yeah, we just lead our friend over to here. Trigger the mine, close the door, and we should still be okay, I hope. That's the benefit of the blind smoke, actually obscuring their vision and preventing them from seeing me. As the stun, of course, isn't as long. Okay, we actually had a task to get an adrenaline boost from blind smoke as well, which we managed to complete there. But yeah. Of course, if you haven't seen it before, I have definitely done it several times in the past, but if you haven't seen it before, that is how you trap the giant, or anybody. You could trap other X-Pops in there as well. You could even trap someone like the Pusher in there to prevent him from coming out. But for me, I find it most useful to trap the giant. And if you are up to the task, and especially if you have maybe... should be lockers around this corner. Yeah. Like, especially if you had multiple people in a game, you could definitely trap more than one X-Pop in there. Even all the X-Pops in the trial, and just run rampant as you please. But obviously that would be more of a novelty thing, not necessarily worth the time. But it is possible, which I think is pretty cool. I kind of wish there were other trials with similar... Wow, he actually saw me there. I wish there were other trials with similar little quirks like this. I mean, I know it's a little bit cheese for sure. You know, you're like trapping him and he's stuck in there, but it's cool, and it's kind of like, you know, a knowledge thing that if you know enough about the game, you can exploit it in ways like that. But there are, as far as I know, no other locations that can be locked down in such a manner, preventing them from getting out, because, of course, it's a pretty particular set of circumstances you need to have that ability, both those being a barred door leading into an area with a garage exit and no elevator in it. I mean, it's actually incredibly specific. Now that I list it out, to be honest. We, of course, grabbed our final rat a little bit ago, so that's good to have the secondary objective completed. And now we know of all of the keys that we need. We can make our leave from the area where the enemies were concentrated. Wow. Usually at least one corpse in that hallway area, but we're gonna have to take another hiatus inside of the good old trunk here, and yeah, that's a very apt daily to have on the first day of this event, given you're gonna be jumping in hiding spots plenty. Yeah, spade eye crown is what we're looking for. Very strange we haven't seen any keys out here yet. But maybe there'll be one on the walkway. Wow, what the heck? Alright, I guess our key for that section is going to be somewhere else. Where's the other button? Oh, did I miss it? Oh, yep. Okay. Got the secret room here in the interrogation. Ah, we got spotted there. That's a shame. Grab the brick at least. Or not the brick. I was thinking of saying I'm probably going to need to use my brick here. But we were able to just run around in a circle. What I meant was we can grab one of the boosters at least. Unfortunately, the one in reach for us was the battery, which is not the best. Dang, we are really not finding a lot of key corpses. There's one there. That looked like fire. Yeah. Fire, which is not what we need. Oh, I thought that was another rat, but it was just an antidote. Not sure where this guy's gonna head.
They can't hurt you. They can't.
Yeah, no, of course they can't. Ah, really? I did pull out the timer just to check things, and that was actually only a minute 30. Is it possibly less for toxic shock? That would be pretty annoying. Although they did kind of tout toxic shock as being more difficult, I thought that was obviously because of the fact that it permanently removes health. But yeah, I'm gonna have to see. I mean, I'm fairly certain it was 2 minutes in Winter Kills. I mean, I don't think I'm misremembering that. We can grab the rest of our boosters here. We know the fire key, of course, is not what we're looking for, so... We are in a bit of a strange situation here with the keys. I don't think there's ever a key in the bathroom here that I ever remember seeing. Unfortunately, we're going to have to smash those planks. Of course, unreliable doors, always a pain. But yeah, I'm assuming we're going to get 2 keys over on administration side at this point. That would be my expectation. Yeah, there's the star that we saw earlier. Let's smash this before whoever comes out of there, so we don't have to worry about them. There's probably one in the lab area as well. Okay, maybe got some evidence. Cool. Yeah, very few keys, strangely. I'm kind of looking for a hiding spot at this point. Looks like we have a barrel here because it's been about a minute 24, so let's see if it's actually a minute 30. Should be about now. Yep. Wow, that's weird. I don't know why they would make it 30 seconds shorter. 2 minutes is already, in my opinion, a little bit extreme for how quick it should come out. Coming out once every 90 seconds just seems needlessly time wasting. I mean, I guess when we first were doing this event and you know it was running for its initial duration, it can be fun to not do a timer and not, you know, worry about it and just kind of try and react at the time. But well, for one thing, I'm currently using blind, which highly restricts my ability to quickly deal with an unexpected toxic shock occurrence. But also, it's just like, I don't know, you know, at some point I'm gonna want to know more specifically how the mechanic works and break out the timer. So having it more quick in regards to making it more interesting and more fun or more difficult definitely would apply in the case of like the first run, or you know, just playing it a bit more casually, but at this point when you know how long it's going to last, it's just rather more tedious to have it coming more quickly. If that makes any sense. I'm mostly just coping, but yeah, there we go. That's sort of explain. Uh-oh. I should stop. Yeah, with the whole animation of you pulling the key out and looking at it, I don't think that would have panned out well for me. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not a big deal, really. It just is gonna make these take longer. I wonder if they even considered that as something people would do. I mean, I probably won't do it. Well, I might do it for Pleasure the Prosecutor, because that trial's going to be hard. But yeah, I mean, it's certainly like I'm kind of surprised, I guess, a little bit that it's at a set interval. To be honest, I would have kind of expected them, if I were making the mechanic, to at least put a little bit of variation in it, you know? But I don't know. Now, I really don't know where this key is gonna be. The evidence area side of the map had basically nothing. Have to get spotted. Oh wow, just an instant swing, huh? That's rather aggressive, eh? Don't see one in there. I mean, I would be surprised if the other key were on that side of the map, since we had those two like right next to each other, but in all honesty, I don't 100% know where else to search over here. I mean, the secret room is rather restrictive. Oh, there's that one room. Oh, you know, I think I know where it probably... Why did I do this? It was kind of just like a thing. I was like, I can just break through here. But I only thought about if I could. I didn't think about if I should. It's going to be on this table right here. I knew it. I knew it, folks. This one is one I rarely check and sometimes might forget about, but it came to me in my hour of need at the last possible moment. I'll grab this, why not? Just a quick scan of the nearby area before hopping onto the desk here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point I have all of the key locations up in the old noggin. I mean, I should, because I played this during the closed beta way back in, what was that, October of 2022? I don't remember the year exactly. No, that can't be right. I don't know. I'd have to look it up, to be frank. But yeah, let's head over to the gates. Oh my god, I clomped over glass like a dumbass, even though I knew that glass was there. And you know, I was looking at my objectives and I was like, I thought I found all the keys, and I just remembered that I never finished grabbing this one because our friend interrupted us. So let us complete that now. And now we can get started on the pushing of our Snitch. Clomping over glass again. Alright, well, we're going to be getting some demerits on the sheet. Because I'm being quite careless. My apologies for that. I'm sorry to have failed you. I wish I could see better. Oh. Are you kidding me, bro? How? Just like a series of griefs. Back to back to back by me. Glass, and then, I mean... Really? A floor trap like that? Well... Bit of a shame to have tarnished my as of yet perfect run with such failures, but I think we'll still be okay on the grade at least. Gonna wait for this guy to be less close. Yeah. Should not have bashed those doors open. That's not something I normally do. And this guy really is hearing that, huh? Well, at least we got it pushed all the way. And now we're gonna just run and hide from the pusher. And I'll get things set up and myself rig recharged, but then we'll wait for the next toxic shock before actually engaging the ending portion. Oh, that's the snitch who's yapping. Calm yourself, my friend. Calm yourself. Alright. This is my classic strat that I've been using for, frankly, as long as I can remember. You just plop down the blind mine there, rig recharge. I'll hop in this because we're about to get the alarm. And then, I mean, it's actually been a bit strange, honestly. The timing used to be very consistent. Like, you would open the gate, start pushing the snitch, and then the door would start blaring and Coil would come out. So then you would time it with putting down another mine, so yours exploded, and then you put one down and then jumped on the lever. You guys know the strat. You've seen me do it plenty. But these days, it's not quite so consistent as to when he comes out, so... And yeah, okay, so it was pretty close. Put the blind down right here. Alright, well that was pretty much picture perfect to how it should go, but I don't know, I found that it's not as consistent as it used to be at least. And of course this kind of does require you trap the giant nowadays. That also didn't used to be a problem, but if you don't, he has a very decent chance of coming up behind you and giving you the business. You obviously don't want. But yeah, that's the good old strat. Old but gold, as they say. And then ideally we can just run it out straight to the end if you are quick enough. We have about 30 seconds until the next toxic shock according to the timer, so we should be more than good on that. And despite my shortcomings, we should be all good in the grade department as well. So yeah, let's just make sure of that before celebrating. Yes indeed, A+, 25 minutes 15 seconds, kill the snitch, toxic shock, psychosurgery here. Back on good old psychosurgery, of course. And we got 10 of the rats, but yeah, damaged my floor traps and of course triggered sound traps. I'm not a big fan of the two different demerits for damage like that, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. Next up we have Pleasure the Prosecutor, the brand new full trial on the downtown map. Kind of looking forward to playing it, but Toxic Shock will definitely make it a little bit less fun. But either way, I will see you guys there. Probably going to be quite a bit longer than this video for sure.